Greetings, everyone. Kai Gabriel here with Divya Stone's readings. This is a divination system that combines my intuitive abilities, my custom divination board full of symbols and themes, and crystals, therefore Divya Stones. Thank you for tuning in. This is your week ahead reading for this week, June 7th, 2026. And we will just be asking Spirit the question, what do we need to know for this week, for the collective, for a general reading that everyone can relate to? What energies are we working with, and what guidance can help us as we navigate this week? So I will go ahead and dive in. I'm going to randomly select our stones out of this bag. If you do book a private reading with me, you will select your stones from my tray. But since I know the stones so well, I like to do random draw. And while I'm doing this, just want to remind you, you can check out my link in my bio, and you can always book a private Zoom or telephone reading with me. So let's see what energies Spirit is having us work with this week. I'm just going to go ahead and pull 3. Okay. We have bloodstone, carnelian, and snow quartz. So these are in pairs when we do the reading, when we scatter them on the board, because there will be a connection between the two stones that match each other, tying certain themes of our lives together. So this just adds another layer of meaning to the readings. And so Spirit has already heard our inquiry for our question and what we're seeking. So I'm just going to take a moment. And we're going to scatter those stones onto the board. And then we draw what I call the guide stone. This stone goes on the middle in the middle on the eye, and serves as kind of the overarching theme for the week, for the energy for the week. And I am going to now change the view so that you can see a close-up of the board as I do our quick week ahead reading. Okay, you should be able to see the whole board now. And for those of you familiar with my readings, you know I always start with the guide stone. That's the stone in the middle. It's on the eye. The eye just represents the ethereal realm where our guides and wisdom keepers, ancestors, spirit, all of our helping spirits dwell. And for this week, we have red jasper. So this has an overall theme of vitality. We're talking about a very strong, vital life force energy that is full of vibrancy and focus and momentum, determination. It just brings this great strength to everything we do, both physically and mentally and emotionally. It is kind of a power boost stone, so that whatever we're doing, it gives us the energy we need to persevere. It kind of stimulates our chi and gets the juices flowing and the blood flowing. So this is a great energy for summoning our courage and bringing that into whatever we're doing. This is a big week energetically, you all. I can tell already by looking at all the placements here. We're talking about focusing on big goals. That's why the red jasper is here. This isn't just about like, oh, I need to clean out my closet or, finish up that little project over there. This is about embarking on big things, big goals, big dreams, all of that sort of thing. So really want you to think in terms of that this week. Very auspicious energy. On that note, I'm going to move into where we're going to really get the guidance and energy that we need for this. So I'm going to start with the white stone here. This is snow quartz, sometimes called white quartz. And one of them is this is the family section. This is more like your familial timeline, your ancestral lineage, childhood things. And this up here is your spiritual world. Okay. So again, we have snow quartz. Down here, this is on the dagger. And the dagger in this section is actually representative of several things. This can indicate your childhood wounds, the little betrayals that you experienced, the little cuts that you got that would maybe shake your confidence a little bit, that would maybe cause you to believe certain things about yourself that are simply not true. I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, I'm never going to live up to my potential, this sort of thing. And it can also point to unresolved issues in the family line. So this is just asking us to pay attention to where are those doubts, where were those seeds planted that keep us from those big dreams and those big goals that we're focusing on this week, to become aware of them so that we can not feed them. We don't want to feed the fears, but we want to replace them with positive beliefs, right? And the snow quartz here, is really a wonderful stone for this, because it has a childlike wonder, right? It has this joyful energy of imagination and creativity and just being in that playful energy. And so we can even make light of these a little bit. So as you come across your doubts this week, I want you to just kind of laugh at them. Just be like, ha, that's funny. That's not who I am. And approach them the way a child would. Like, are you kidding me? That's not even true. This kind of attitude, right? Bringing that childlike energy in. And it also has this energy of hope and wisdom. So bringing that higher wisdom in to know that you can transcend this, right? And how are we going to do that? Well, your other snow quartz is on the candles inside of your spiritual section. And the candles are representative of your spiritual practices. What do you do to connect to spirit on a regular basis? This symbol's been showing up a lot lately in readings. And this means that spirit is really reminding us how important it is to push ourselves to connect a little bit more. Take some time this week to meditate, to journal, to take a walk, to do yoga, to do whatever it is that you do, ritual, ceremony, to connect to your guides, your spiritual wisdom. And the candles are illuminating, right? So they bring a light into the darkness. It's also a way of honoring your spirit team, your guides, in prayer and in gratitude for what they bring to you. And believe me, they're going to be bringing some good stuff. So go into that gratitude and honor them. Light that candle in honor of them. And that will also help to illuminate the truth about any of those lingering doubts that are plaguing you right now. So while we're in the spiritual section, I'm going to go ahead and go to the bloodstone. The bloodstone is here on the chrysalis, and it is also in your material world. And the material world is, finances, resources, tangible things we can see and touch, but also our experiences and relationships to those resources and how we use them in the world, right? And this landed on Hanuman. Hanuman is from the Hindu pantheon. And he is the god of service and devotion, just a wonderful energy. But let's talk about bloodstone first. Bloodstone brings this energy of transformation, renewal, rejuvenation. It breathes new life into things that have gotten stale or stagnant. So if some of those big dreams and goals of yours have been on your radar for a really long time, but you've lost steam, you've lost your oomph, you've lost your motivation, Bloodstone is breathing that new life in this week. So take advantage of that. And it may even be bringing brand new inspiration, brand new energy of a new direction, something that you want to embark on. So there's this energy of new beginnings, new experiences, new life, death of the old, letting go. There's an element of change is in the air, right? And kind of like springtime, when everything bursts into life. And this energy can also bring you some comfort, during times of struggle. So just know that, whatever you're struggling with this week, turn to spirit for that comfort. So where it is in your material world, like I said, is Hanuman, and he's service and devotion. He is all about reciprocity, giving back, right? So the material world isn't just about what can I get. It's also about what can I give. How can I be a beneficial presence in this world using my resources? And that can be time and energy. It doesn't have to be money. But this is about giving of yourself without necessarily expectation of what you're going to get in return, just for the joy of bringing love to all that you do in the world, right? And being willing to use some of your resources for that. So that is going to really be a big part of the attitude that we want to carry as we embark on these new big dreams of ours. And then in the spiritual world, it's on the chrysalis, and that's transformation. That's transmuting energies that are no longer working into something that is working for you. So dissolving the falseness, like we said, the false beliefs from the past, dissolving what is in your way, what all the stories you tell yourself about why you can't accomplish these big goals, and working to give back in your communities and that sort of thing. What's stopping you? What belief is stopping you? So it's time to dissolve that and say, you know what, that doesn't have to be my truth, as we do this transformation. And so this can require a little bit of patience because it takes some time, but you're preparing for the next level here. And it's interesting because we have a stone of transformation on a symbol of transformation. So that's a very strong message there for you. Allow yourself to be changed by this energy. It is okay. Let go of the old version of you and let the new version emerge from that chrysalis. Now is the time to embrace that, to seize the day, if you will, and the opportunities that spirit is bringing. So again, early in the week, we're dreaming big here. We are kind of planting those seeds of what are those big dreams. And in the planting, we're weeding the garden. We're getting rid of the old false beliefs, right? And we're bringing illumination to what it is that we want and what it is that we're doing in the world. And some of this is service oriented. Some of this is to be helpful to others, right? So let's go on to the carnelian now. This one is in, this is like your purpose and livelihood section. So this has to do with expression in the world. It can be your work in the world. It can have to do with your job, but it doesn't necessarily have to do with the way you make money. Some of the times those things are intertwined for people. And then the other one is in your life path section. And this life path section is really so much about, decisions, beginnings, endings, where you're going to end up. So if you think of your life as walking down a path, this is kind of everything you would encounter there. So what we're dealing with here is this carnelian, and carnelian is such a great energy for this week. Again, just like the red jasper, there's a vitality to it and motivation, but this is creativity. This is what is burning a fire in your belly right now that wants to be birthed through you. These are those big dreams, those big goals, that self-expression. And how are you going to bring that to the world? The time is now. Do not hesitate. And so this brings like a stable energy to that which is being birthed. There's a very strong presence here. And this does help us to make positive life choices as well. So choose wisely this week. There's a lot of auspicious energy happening around what you can accomplish. So that's what the carnelian is all about. And it can also have to do with your sensuality and your sexuality. So if you're working on that, good on you, right? That's also present. So let's look back here at the purpose and livelihood section and the expression section. And this landed right on the key. I love the symbol of the key. This represents your untapped potential here. So imagine a cabinet door that's locked, and behind that door is all of your potential that you haven't explored yet, or that you put on the back burner. You shoved it back in the cabinet. It is time to turn the key, unlock that door, peek behind it, and see what wants to come out. And I mean, it is time. Like, we're talking about early in the week. Monday, Tuesday feels really strong for this, and possibly Wednesday, to really open up that potential. Really look at what wants to be birthed through me. What is this big, massive creative energy that I want to explore, that I want to unlock and express into the world and find my voice, speak my truth, and just be in that curiosity and inquisitiveness of what is next, and being willing to actually take action, summon that strength and that power boost of the red jasper and go for it. Start. Don't wait. It is time to start whatever you're unlocking, okay? And beautifully, in conjunction with this is closest to these magical hands in your life path, on your life path section, right? These are two hands with little like magical stars and little beautiful flowers floating in between them. This represents your personal brand of magic, what you create in the world. And so we're going to look at this as positive outcome, okay? That is what this symbol represents. This is when you actually achieve tangibly and get what you want or what you set out to do. So that doesn't mean that all of this is going to manifest this week. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that whatever you're unlocking here, and you choose to begin this week, and you choose to really say yes to that greater expression that wants to come through you, and you choose to dissolve those old patterns and those old beliefs and let that renewal and rejuvenation come in and be in service a little bit in your families, your communities, and your connections, you will get the positive outcome that you want, right? In the future, of course. But this is really Spirit saying to us, now is the time to begin. And if you should choose to accept this divine assignment, you will not fail. You will get what you want. It may not look exactly like the way you wanted it, of course, but it will be perfect in its outcome, okay? So this is about acting without hesitation. This is about confidence and saying, what would I do if I knew I could not fail? And do it. I cannot stress that enough. This is a week of big energy. Don't let it pass you by. Take advantage of it. Make the most of it. And I can't wait. I hope I get to hear some feedback from you guys about later on down the road about what this was all about for you. So feel free to share. Feel free to comment. And I'm going to change the view once again. Okay, I hope you enjoyed your reading for the week. I believe I said June 7th, yeah. And this would be like the 7th through the 14th. This is good energy, you guys, and we don't always have this kind of opportunity, this kind of power boost. So please do take advantage of it. I, for one, am excited. I'm really thinking about what seeds I'm planting, what I'm bringing in a bigger way. And, you know, bringing these readings online is a big part of it for me, to expand my work in the world, to build a safe space online where people can come and hear this guidance and really benefit from it. And if it's not for you, fine, that's okay. But for those who are drawn to it, for those who can benefit from it, that's part of my service work. These are free readings online. And I feel like that is a big part of my work in the world. So what's a big part of your work in the world? I would love to hear. I would love for you to share, comment, let me know, reach out. My link tree link is in my bio. So please click on that and find out all the ways that you can follow, subscribe, get on my email list, contact me, reach out, book a private reading. I can do Zoom, I can do phone. If you're in the Denver metro area, there are sometimes opportunities for in-person readings. So please connect and please share my work with your friends. I'm just getting started on my online adventure. I've been doing readings for quite some time, but this is kind of the beginning of my journey for the interwebs, right? This is a little bit unfamiliar territory for me. So I appreciate all of the support, and I appreciate everybody interacting and sharing and supporting this journey. The more good that we can do in the world, the better. And so I'm thinking about the good I can do, and I hope that you're thinking about the good that you can do as well. So I'm signing off for this week. We'll be back to do another reading for you next week. And tune in for my quick midweek reading on Wednesdays. It's a quick, like 3-minute boom, boom, boom. Those are really fun. So stay tuned and love you guys. And I hope you have a fabulous week. Bye for now.